in the Indian context, therefore, do you think inflation has peaked out?
Well, domestically driven inflation has peaked out. Core inflation has peaked out. But can I make some statement about what will happen to energy prices abroad? No. Will we be immune, given that we are a major importer of many commodities? Are we immune to global trends? No. There will also perhaps be some turbulence to food prices given the droughts around the world. And even in India, we have had uneven rainfall.
And heat waves which have impacted wheat production, for example.
Yes, and we have comfortable food stocks at home. But we can't be immune to what will happen in the rest of the world if China suddenly needs to buy a large amount of extra rice. So, point I'm making to you is we are not immune to the rest of the world. Disruptions in production, say in Europe, from blackouts over winter, for example, that will have an impact on us. I mean, we import chips and all kinds of parts and machinery from, say, Germany and other parts of Europe. Those could get disrupted. So what I'm trying to say is we are a part of the world. We cannot be immune to that. But let me say that India is part of the solution. Our supply side has been consistently supplying to the rest of the world things that it needs, whether it's, of course, the vaccines and pharmaceuticals is something, of course, we saw during the COVID period. But I think we will increasingly find that the deployment of Indian products and services is a key part of tempering inflation in the world, not just in India.
Absolutely. Russian oil has helped sort of keep the overall Indian basket of crude a little tempered, but our oil marketing companies have taken a big hit in the last few months because we have gone back to a quasi-administered pricing mechanism. Fuel prices of petrol, diesel have not been raised for many months now. How long do you think this kind of situation can continue and the government and the oil marketing companies which the government owns bear such a burden?
Well, in general, we like the markets to function. But when the market breaks down because of a random shock like a war, certainly some amount of administering has to be done. This is not our first preference, but some sort of guidance and management has to be done when markets break down because of certain exigencies. So that's what we have done. That has allowed our macroeconomic conditions at home to remain in control. As oil prices have recently come off, you will have seen we have also allowed some of, I think, as things stand right now, oil companies are recouping from their sales. So I think some amount of management is being done. It's merely a matter of practical exigency. It's not our default. I don't think anybody wants to go back to the old system of complicated system of administering prices. And as and when normalcy returns to the global energy market, we will similarly go back to the old system of allowing prices to find their own level. It's a far more sensible thing to do under normal circumstances, but as I said, under circumstances where disruptions happen, then interventions are needed. And this is also true, by the way, of food prices. You may have seen we have occasionally placed restrictions on food exports and so on. That's not because we are against food exports. Far from it. We think that Indian farmers are capable of competing globally and being able to be part of our export machine. But then there are times where you have to also temper it because you have these very unusual circumstances of major droughts around the world, unprecedented at many levels.